Oh. Welcome to Meaningful Mornings. This weekend, we completed our 16th silence retreat. Our next silence retreat will be April 14th to the 16th. Not that you're going to join, but I may as well provide that opportunity to you. During this retreat, many seekers, even those experienced seekers, were sharing how much they're struggling with drowsiness and distraction. In Sanskrit, it's called laya and vikshepa. And I'd shared with them, it's because their lifestyles are not oriented towards quietude, stillness, silence. And that if they want to contemplate without drowsiness and distraction, they have to reorient their lifestyle. Meaningful Mornings is like a lifestyle coach. Starting with waking early. Since we facilitate this experience early, that means you have to sleep early. And since you're already up early, especially those on the West Coast, it's 4:45 a.m. for you. What will you do at 4:45 a.m.? Binge watch on Netflix. Eat a pie to yourself. You'll read, write, reflect. So with waking early comes studying early. Meaningful Mornings is a catalyst to prep for contemplation. Today is a very precious, auspicious day for our Chinmaya Mission community. Today is the Mahasamadhi Aradhana of Puja Swami Tapovana. I shall explain in English. The word samadhi is made up of three parts. Sam means well, a means towards, and dhi means place. Put together, samadhi is when the ego has been well towards placed in the spirit. Shared simply, one who is enlightened. And this descriptive word of maha is applied when the body of the one who is free dies. They are already free. Now their body, which we were benefiting from, has died. And aradhana means to remember, to revere. Puja Swami Tapovana is a icon of fearlessness. As we're remembering him, how do we revere him? I have listened to many times from Pujaswami Tejomayananda, where he would describe a dialogue between Pujaswami Tapovanam and Pujaswami Chinmayananda. When Pujaswami Tapovanam was not well, physically not well, then naturally Pujaswami Chinmayananda was concerned for him and said, "Why do you stay in Uttarkashi?" For those who have been there, it's isolated, it's cold. He said, "You should come to Delhi. It's connected, it's comfortable." And his response to that, he said, "Why, Chinmaya? In Delhi, people don't die." Just reflect on that. In Delhi, people don't die. How much of our effort goes into escaping death? And the one who's fearless embraces this. A way to make one's lifestyle more contemplative is to appreciate what you have now and all day and forever. Appreciate that Pujaswami Tapovanam invoked fearlessness in Pujaswami Chinmayananda. And Pujaswami Chinmayananda invoked fearlessness in Pujaswami Tejomayananda, and we have access to that. Appreciate what you have. In Bhagavad Gita's chapter 11, Prince Arjuna is praying to Sri Krishna, praying to be able to see him. The purpose of this prayer is not to see him for any sort of external reason, like, look, I saw Sri Krishna. This prayer to see him is to be closer to Sri Krishna. For those who have been in healthy long-distance relationships, whether romantic or otherwise, sometimes you want to see that person. Even though you're in a healthy relationship, you want to see that person. And it's almost like a bonus that you feel that closeness even more. This is what Prince Arjuna's prayer is towards. And in my observation, in my experience, any sincere prayer will be responded to. And so naturally, Sri Krishna responds to Prince Arjuna's prayer. We are in verse 10 of chapter 11. Anekavaktranayam, anekadbhuta darshanam, anekadivyabharanam, divyanekodyata ayudam. Aneka means innumerable. Innumerable what? Vaktra, which means mouths. Nayana, eyes. The word aneka is used again in the second quarter. Adbhuta means wonders. And he's pointing out to Prince Arjuna, darshanam, see. See the mouths, the eyes, the wonders. But he's also sharing, see, I answered your prayer. The word aneka is used again. Divya abharanam. See these lovely ornaments, the crowns, the shields. The word aneka is used again in the fourth quarter. The divya udyata ayudham, the lovely uplifted weapons. For the outsider, it may be confusing. Why are decorations and weapons being referenced? Right now, Prince Arjuna is in Kurukshetra. How many of you have been to Kurukshetra? By show of hands. Okay. Today's Kurukshetra is very different than the Kurukshetra in the past. Another time I'll tell you about that. But Kurukshetra is big. And all of that bigness has been condensed into Sri Krishna. So imagine how many crowns and shields amongst these millions of warriors would be condensed. Think about all of the weapons that these warriors have, swords and bows. So all of that is being condensed into Sri Krishna. This is the import of this verse, and there's a few other verses like this. Now, here are some reflections for us. Aneka, as I mentioned, means innumerable. Innumerable means you can't count it. And that also means it's not physical. It is subtle. If I were to ask you, quantify how intense of a seeker you are, can you quantify that? Measure how much faith you have in your parents. Can you measure that? You can't see it, which means it's not external. It is to be felt as that which is internal. So that's a reflection for us. So whatever descriptions are being shared, have that thread, because many more descriptions are going to be shared about the feet and the hands. The implication again is, this is not external. Sri Krishna lives in you, which means all lives in you. Okay. I'll make this a little bit less abstract. When, and I guess this doesn't apply to me, but okay. I live in a 2,000 square foot home, okay? I've been to a 20,000 square foot home. When someone who lives in a 2,000 square foot home goes to a home that's 20,000 square feet, when you're in the presence of such grandness, what do you start to feel? Please share in the chat. What do you feel? Jealousy. That's right. Humility, correct? In that grandness, you feel your smallness, right? Like for those who have not seen large bodies of water, when you come to Lake Ontario, when you see Niagara Falls, you are in awe at the magnitude of how much water there is. So all of these verses that are describing a fraction of Sri Krishna's grandness, what this should instill in us is humility. I have found this to be one of the best chapters on nurturing humility, non-doership. This is not your mouth. It's his. These are not your eyes. They're his. The same goes with the gold that you have and the weapons like our cars and our cell phones. These are not yours. These are his. From inspiration to application. Your most recent application from December was to register for our e-newsletter. On December 25th, we had given a gift to all of you. It was Pointers to Peace. How many of you read this? The Pointers to Peace. Okay. One of the pointers that were shared, reflect while listening to practice unitasking and understanding. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm giving you one of the pointers. Reflect while listening to practice unitasking and understanding. Don't be a careless listener. Don't be a casual listener. Most of the time, we're encouraged to be an active listener. I'm challenging you more to be a reflective listener. A reflective listener is one who understands others more and simultaneously they're understanding themselves more. Our one with ones, you may feel benefited by that, but I'm the one who benefits by that because through understanding you, I understand myself more. That is the benefit of practicing your application of being part of our e-newsletter. Your application for today is all of the eyes that you see. So as you go about to the grocery store or meetings through Zoom, all of the eyes you see, I want you to visualize that these are not the biological eyes that this person was born with, but rather they had an eye transplant, that these are Sri Krishna's eyes. So Vivek was born with biological eyes, courtesy of my parents, but now I've had an eye transplant that these are actually Sri Krishna's eyes that you're seeing. That's your application. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Be safe, be sound, be serene, be joy.